I really do think that what we're looking at here is the next Kansas City Chiefs superstar at the safety position in Jaden Hicks. A couple things about his season last year. He performed on a snap-by-snap basis with the routine plays, as we're going to see in a moment, just about where you would hope that he would. There's a little bit of fractional room for improvement as far as the statistical count is concerned, but on the big plays, that's where Jaden Hicks really shined. The second thing that really surprised me about Jaden Hicks' rookie season, as I was going back and trying to take some notes on it, is exactly where it was that Jaden Hicks played most. Now, we will get to that in a moment, but real quick, guys, if you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting a like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Kansas City Chiefs fans. And this video is, my goal here is to relieve some of the stress that might be burdening you from the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs let their starting safety of some odd years in Justin Reid walk in free agency. The stats here are good, and they are getting better. Now, you will notice here, this is the stat line from Jaden Hicks' rookie season: 29 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. Those are good numbers for what we will see in a moment. But where it gets really good is over here on the pass defense side. 3 interceptions, only 50 yards with a 47-yard long. So 2 of those interceptions didn't go very far. But 3 interceptions, more interceptions than he had starts. Though he played in all 17 games, he only started 1. But one thing that he's not getting the credit for that he deserves, 5 pass deflections as well. And the place where we see this represented most in these numbers is right down here in the advanced defensive statistics. He allowed a 60% completion rate, which is, it's good, right? A 59.2 rating when targeted. That is a phenomenal rating when targeted for a player in the NFL, let alone a safety, let alone a rookie. So, everything is fine and dandy so far. But it gets a little bit better when we realize that Jaden Hicks played only 330 defensive snaps, nearly matching his defensive output with special teams snaps, 307. But those 330 defensive snaps allowed him to accumulate 29 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss. So a tackle for loss every 100 plays, right? And then you had 3 interceptions on 330 snaps, 110 snaps per interception. And we see that 19.4 snaps per game. That is what Justin Reid played during his rookie season. He had an interception and a tackle for loss, by the way, every 110 snaps. And he had a tackle every 11.4 snaps. Now, a little bit of that is chance, right? You're in the right place at the right time. The law of large numbers states that those things will regularize and you will be more true to who it is that you really are as time goes on. But we can see that 330 snaps is a decent amount of playing time. The really crazy part is Justin Reid had a tackle every 11.2 snaps, so basically the exact same rate. However, Justin Reid had only 2 interceptions on 3 times as many snaps. Now again, a lot of the interception game in the NFL is right place at right time, etc. But Nick Bolton, in my opinion, has done the best job at proving this. Some guys are just football players. Some guys just find themselves in the right place at the right time, time after time after time, because they covered so much ground on that play. Nick Bolton's one of these guys that does not stop until the whistle is blown. Justin Reed is in pursuit until the whistle is blown. And that is how he racked up 3 interceptions on 330 snaps. But this number right here, 19.4 snaps per game on average through his rookie season. 17 games, 1 start, 19.4 snaps per game. In the playoffs, he played 139 snaps. How many playoff games were there? There were 3. These are his statistics in the playoffs. 13 total tackles. No interceptions, right? No tackles for loss. It is what it is. That's the playoffs. But he averaged 46.3 snaps per game in the playoffs. Up from 19.4, he more than doubled his playing time in the playoffs. In the playoffs, he averaged a tackle every 10.7 snaps. That is a half a snap better than Justin Reed. So improved with more playing time in the playoffs. That is a very solid trajectory. Now we get this preseason from PFF. The PFF sort of put out a list of their kind of rising stars, right? Safety Jaden Hicks from the Kansas City Chiefs. Most attention surrounding the Chiefs' offense is rightfully focused on the team's adjusted offensive line. But Kansas City must also mitigate the exit of safety Justin Reed. That's where Hicks should step up. Across 469 snaps in 2024, Hicks recorded an impressive 75.1 PFF grade with a 75.7 PFF coverage grade and a minuscule 2.7% missed tackle rate, the 3rd lowest among qualified safeties. Hicks' advanced PFF metrics are wildly impressive, such as his 91st percentile run stop rate and 74th percentile incompletion rate. He's going to be a superstar. Steve Spagnuolo has earned a reputation for drafting and developing top defensive backs, from Trent McDuffie to Travarius Ward to Jalen Watson and more. Hicks, a former 4th-round pick, seems to check all the boxes on the next great Chiefs late-round find. We also got this from Chiefs Wire in an article titled "Kansas City Chiefs defensive back Jaden Hicks discusses his expanded role going into the 2025 season" by Ed Easton. During his press conference on Thursday, Kansas City Chiefs defensive back Jaden Hicks praised former teammate Justin Reed for preparing him for a more significant role in 2025. "I think I'm a lot more comfortable this year. There's obviously still room to grow, still room to learn, but I think Jay Reed was a great help," Hicks said. "He helped me get everything under myself and just keep stacking the days, keep getting better each day. And I think that's the most important thing for this year." Here is what Jaden Hicks looks like as an athlete. Not the greatest athlete in the world. An RAS score of 8.97. That's a really good score for sure. But he's not one of these elite 9.65 guys. Justin Reed scored a 9.65 on his RAS score. So who is Jaden Hicks, and what is it that he has the tools to do? Well, we've seen that he has the tools to do everything. He was elite in run stopping, and he was very, very good in pass coverage. But you see an 8.97 overall score as an athlete, A 6'1" and 7'10", basically 6'2" height, is 8.95 out of 10 for safeties. His 211 pounds is 8.9. A score of 8.9. His 16 bench press reps were the same as Justin Reid. He's a little bit bigger than Justin Reid, but he has the same bench press reps. He's not quite as fast as Justin Reid, but Jaden Hicks had a 37.5-inch vertical, which is good for a score of 8.41 out of 10. He had a 10-foot 2-inch broad jump, a decent number there. His 40-yard dash was 4.5, which is good for an 8.38 among safeties. Not elite, right? But 4.5 is definitely fast enough to be anywhere on the football field that he needs to be when he needs to get there. The 10-yard split is a little bit... The 20-yard split's not great, right? 6.03 score with a 2.65 split. But the 10-yard split is a whole lot more important. He had a 1.58, which is good for 7.03 points out of 10. It's not bad, right? But you would hope that if he's running a mid for a 40-yard dash that scores in the mid 8s, that he would have a 10-yard split that scores in the mid 8s, but that 10-yard split is only a score of 7.03. Then you've got the short shuttle number, and again, these numbers are often skewed by guys who are just absolute freaks doing the drill and guys who are not going to do well skipping out on the drill. So a 4.37 short shuttle, which is good for a 3.81 score, and a 3-cone drill of 6.88, which is good for a score of 8.3. Not all that often that you have such a disparity between the scores on those two times, right? So normally if a guy is green in one, he's at least yellow in the other. If he is red in one, he's at best yellow in the other. Here we have a split of a terrible short shuttle with a really pretty good 3-cone drill. So that is interesting to see. Now, as far as why I think Jaden Hicks is such a big deal, well, we saw those numbers, right? We saw the numbers from the PFF article that said he had a 91st percentile run stopping rate. That's going to take me forever to get back up here, but a 91st percentile run stopping rate, as well as a 74th percentile in completion rate. So you see 91st against the run. Well, that's nice because the Kansas City Chiefs have a defensive line that has a little bit of a not quite as stout against the run as maybe you would hope for. The linebackers are going to make up for most of it, but a 91st percentile run-stopping safety is great to have behind them. But he has a 74th percentile forced incompletion rate, and a lot of so he worked for a lot of those. I'm talking 5 pass deflections, 3 interceptions. You work for that statistic. This isn't an errant throw from a quarterback. So the big deal with Jaden Hicks to me is this. He allows versatility. You want to send Nick Bolton up the middle? You want to send Leo Chanel through the A-gap? Well, Jaden Hicks is behind them to plug up whatever might open up in the running game. Oh, what's that? You want to send Trent McDuffie on a corner blitz? Well, Jaden Hicks is back there. He can take care of that for sure. Right? This having a safety that is big and fast and versatile opens up so many things for the defensive coordinator to be able to do. That is where we have always seen Steve Spagnuolo at his best. When he has the options to put the pressure on an offense, he can dial up the right stuff at the right time. Now, we didn't really see any blitzing from Jaden Hicks. We don't have any sack numbers, any pressure numbers from Jaden Hicks in his rookie season. But he's 6'2", 211. Do you think he can't do that? I don't care, personally, if he decides he doesn't want to do that. he allows so much versatility in front of him that the pass rush will get better because there is no predictability there. In addition, like we were talking about earlier with Nick Bolton, some guys just play football. Some guys just find themselves in the right spot at the right time. It's 30% instinct and it's 70% studying. And he's done that 3 times already in his young NFL career, coming up with 3 interceptions. So I think this could be a return to big plays from the defensive backs in general. That is all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Kansas City Chiefs fans. And if you find yourself here by chance but not design, the Chiefs are the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. And as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.